Hello everyone, it's your favourite noise producer Yuki Noisewall here, and we're back with another underground music spotlight. This is the second time I've done one of these. This one's for February. I really enjoyed doing the first one. I thought it was good fun. It was fun to make. It was nice to get my thoughts out there. A lot of people seemed to really enjoy it and appreciated that I shouted out their music. So I'm doing it again, and I'm gonna keep doing it until I either die or I get bored, whichever comes first. For those who don't know, this series is basically I just go through all of the new releases from the underground music community we're all part of that released in the last month, so February. So it's only stuff I listened to. I'm not going to talk about stuff that I didn't listen to because you can't really do that. But I tried to listen to everything that I thought was important and relevant. I probably missed a bunch of stuff because, I'm one guy, I'm a parent, I have a full-time job, I have a life outside of the internet, a really busy life, but when I'm working during the day, I try to listen to as much music as possible. So I've got quite a lot of things here to talk about. It was a pretty busy month in the community, and there's probably a bunch of stuff here that a lot of you might not have even known about. So let's talk about it all. And this is just my opinions, of course. Like, I'm gonna talk about stuff I really liked, and I'm probably gonna talk about some stuff that I didn't like either. But that's not the point. Is to just kind of express my opinions, and even if I don't like something, maybe someone else will like it. That's kind of the point. And I'll do the usual, splitting it into three sections. So the first section will just be me talking about the community and all the new music, and then I'll talk about my stuff that I did in February, because I don't want to talk about my stuff in amongst everyone else's stuff, because that's just, I'll get accused of bias. And then at the end I'll talk about the stuff my label put out, because if I don't want to put my label in amongst everyone else's stuff either, because it's my label, but I think all the artists on that label are great, and I think they deserve to be talked about. So yeah, anyway, let's just get started then, because we have a lot to go through. So oh Jesus, why did I start with this one? The first thing we have here is from Lucid, the owner of Doom Catalog. That guy who always talks about how everyone's music is worthless and how, everyone sucks, everything's shit. So he made an album about it called Your Music is Worthless. And, in the little album cover here, he's included the whole quote that he wrote back in the day of January or whatever. Your music is worthless, it achieves nothing, it serves no cultural purpose other than to fill up Spotify and YouTube web servers. Your art is not transcendent. All artists of this age are nothing but video game addicted losers. He says this, and then he puts out an album of the most disposable, the most uninteresting, and the most worthless music I've listened to in a long ass time. Probably the most worthless and most awful thing I've listened to this year so far. This is terrible. And I think that might be the point. I think the point of the album is it's a commentary on how bad music is at the moment or something. But it's shit, mate. I don't care if it's fucking... I don't care if it's a commentary or if that's the point. The album is shit. It is a bad album. This is not a good album. This is terrible. It's really sad to see that a label like Dream Catalog has become so... Like, the owner of the label has become so obsessed with this idea that all music is worthless that he made an album like this and put it out on his label. Like, even as a meme, this isn't funny. This is just shit. This is just bad music. It's not good. And I'm gonna be like, oh, you don't understand. The flap is an art form. No, I understand flap. I just think flap is terrible. And this is no exception. This is bad. I just, like, how can you make a claim like this and then put out an album of the most worthless and most brain dead music imaginable? And, like, I respect Lucid for all the shit he's done over the years and stuff, but I mean, come on, man, your music's not fucking god tier shit. Your music's alright. And that's me talking about your best stuff. Like, this here is shit. It's terrible. It's really bad. And, I'm sure someone will enjoy it. A lot of people in the kind of vaporwave flap sort of thing, they all seem to be enjoying it. I mean, people have fucking paid money for this. So, good for you, mate. Well done. But I just think this is shit. I just genuinely think this is a shit album. And, like, the cover art is the best thing about the fucking album. Is that lililL from Code Geass? I think that's lililL from Code Geass. I can't tell. If it is lililL from Code Geass, I think you missed... I don't think you understand lililL as a character. Why is he on this? I don't know if it is lililL, but it looks like lililL. Because, he loves to fucking use characters from smart animes like Death Note and Code Geass on his shit. And it's like, I don't think you really understood the points of those shows. If and comparing yourself to Light Yagamis and shit, that's not a fucking... that's just gay, man. It's just something you did when you were like 14. Anyway, yeah, I don't have much else to say. This album's bad. The production sucks. The lyrics are terrible. There's nothing good about it. It's just a shit album. It's bad. I don't like it. Sorry. I'm sure, but if you like flappy stuff or whatever, if you want a good laugh, go listen to it, I guess. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Next we have, this is from my friend Lord Cernunnos, and his side project, his not safe for work side project. Excuse the titties, I don't care. It's called Use Safeword As The Safeword. This is just some noise stuff. It's really cool. Really like it. Yeah, it's cool. It's great. Lord Cernunnos is great. He knows what he's doing. He does his stuff really well. It's good. Check it out. Next we have from another Lord Cernunnos. This is a split with my friend Stranded, so two of my friends who do noise stuff. They did a little EP together called Yandere Massacre 1988. It's really cool. Both of them do an excellent job at crafting some like noise, like kind of dark ambient stuff. Yeah, they're both really good noise producers, and they work well together. It's a fun little noise EP. I enjoyed that quite a lot. You can find it on Stranded's Bandcamp. Go check it out. It's really cool. And I hope they do more splits together, because they're a good little duo. Next we have, from my old friend Cement T, we have Tricks, More Tricks, and Even More Tricks. This is a really ambitious, really lengthy drum and bass, dark step, skull step album. There's like over 20 tracks or something like that. There's a lot of shit going on here. I mean, you can tell from the title, Tricks, More Tricks, and Even More Tricks, there's a lot of tricks here, a lot of tracks, a lot of stuff to really sink your teeth into. It is really, really beefy. It's really bloated. There's a lot of tracks on it. But they're all really, really good. And if you have like time to sit through it all, you should, because it's amazing. This is one of the best drum and bass style albums of the year so far. And it just proves that Cement T continues to be a master of what he's doing. He's amazing. He's excellent. And this is some of his best work yet. It's really, really cool. Really good stuff. Production's amazing. The fucking atmosphere is great. The song structure is awesome. Every track is unique and sounds different from one another. It's not just one of these copy-paste D&B albums where everything is just the same shit over and over again. It's great. It's a fantastic album. Definitely check it out. It's a really, really nice treat. Next we have from the Liquid Clear, we have her latest album, Choice. This is a really cool, kind of like dark ambient noise kind of album. It's really, really good stuff. I don't really talk to Brie much these days, but yeah, I'm glad she's still doing what she's doing, and she's still doing it really well. Yeah, this is some of her best work yet, and it's really, really cool, and you should check it out for sure. Then we have from Nerpois and Backup, we have Real Mushrooms. This is it's more of a single than an EP because it's just the one track, but there's two different mixes of it. This is just some really, really cool dark step, skull step type stuff. Really hard hitting snare drums, chaotic, speedy breaks. It's really, really cool. These two guys do a good job. Yeah, and the remix from Donuts is also really good. Yeah, this is a cool little single EP thing, and it's great. If you really like, if you want to get into like dark step type stuff, if you've never not listened to a lot of dark step, I recommend giving this a listen. Maybe it'll win you over to the genre. Really cool thing. I enjoyed it a lot. Next we have from Beachgrave, we have Breakcore is a good way to make friends.zip. I don't agree with that title. I would call it Breakcore is a good way to make enemies .zip. But you know, because this community fucking sucks sometimes, especially the Breakcore people. But yeah, no, but in all seriousness, this is a cool little EP. Basically, what Beachgrave did is she took a bunch of stuff, unreleased tracks, unfinished things, and just compiled them into a little EP. So there's a few new tracks here, original tracks. There's a few remixes and stuff. It's really cool. It's not her best work. I still think her best work was released last year, but you know, Ethereal Mind, I think it was called. Yeah. I still think Ethereal Mind is her best work, but you know, this is still really, really cool. It's nice. You know, it's nice that the tracks weren't just thrown out. You know. So yeah, nice little kind of ambient, emotional breakcore sort of deal. Yeah, it's really cool. And Beachgrave is a nice chick, and you know, we recently reconnected and patched things up, and that's nice. So yeah, there we go. Do check it out, and I look forward to seeing what Beachgrave has in store for us for the rest of this year. This is a fun little time waster until her next big release. Do check it out. It's good fun. Next we have I don't know how to say this because it's all in Japanese, but we have an album from this artist on Omoid label. This is interesting because you look at this cover art and you're like, what the fuck is this gonna be? Is it gonna be like, I don't know, like some kind of electronic thing or breakcore or something? But this is actually a mathcore album. It's a Japanese mathcore album. I did not expect that at all. I don't really listen to a lot of mathcore, and I don't really talk about it at all, really. But you know, I like Omoid label. I like everything they do, and I enjoyed this quite a lot. It was good fun. I'm generally not a fan of mathcore, but this was good. This was unique. It was a unique take on mathcore music. Really, like, hard hitting, like grimy, like riffs and stuff. Pounding drums, metal, hardcore type stuff with like Japanese voice samples thrown in. It's cool. This is really cool, experimental, like kind of hardcore, mathcore type stuff. And it's just cool to see that, All My Label is putting out something like this. So, that's and amongst all their kind of breakcore ambient electronic things. That's cool, I really fuck with that sort of thing, because that's what we do at Endogenic. We just put out anything that we think sounds good, regardless of its genre. So it's nice to see other labels do that, especially one as big and as respected as Almighty. So yeah, do check this out. It's good fun. It's really, really cool. It's a little different compared to a lot of things that have come out in the scene this month. So yeah, check it out. Next we have from Akuma, we have Loading. This is a kind of break-based ambient breaks EP album. EP? No, I'd say it's an album, yeah. This was released on Vaporscape Records, my friend Sad Unicorn's label. This is a pretty decent ambient breaks EP. It's good fun. I don't have too much else to say about it, but it's good. I enjoyed it. You should check it out. It's another solid release from Vaporscape, really. Then from another Vaporscape release, we have from the man himself, Sad Unicorn. We have From Within These Lonely Walls. This is more kind of emotional ambient breakcore from Sad Unicorn. It's really good. I enjoyed it. Really emotional, really hard hitting. There's lots of nice kind of like soothing ambient pads in it. The breaks are chopped up super good. One of the better breakcore releases of the year so far. Keep doing your thing, Sad Unicorn. Really enjoyed it. Then from the Sua Digital Records, we have the Darkness EP from Ear Damage. This is just some really fucking hard-hitting gabber hardcore type shit. Really like old school hardcore. No fucking breakcore bullshit. This is just like, gabber, like old school gabber hardcore. Really hard-hitting, awesome stuff. True to its name, Ear Damage, it's fucking ear-crushing bullshit. It's great. It's really, really cool. Ear Damage certainly knows how to damage your fucking ears. Yeah. It's a cool EP. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm glad that Sua Digital Records is keeping old school hardcore alive in this scene. Very, very good. Very, very good. I guess it's Third Eye now, because the labels merged, but this was a Liquid Magic release originally, my friend Temmie's label. They've since merged into Third Eye Records, so yeah, I guess this is the Third Eye release. But I'll talk about it, because Liquid Magic is, anyway, fuck. Anyway, yeah. So we have this album, Light from WORMSWORTH. This is some cool, like minimal synth type stuff. It's not really something that I would normally listen to, but Liquid Magic, I will listen to anything that they would have put out. So, it's cool. It's like really minimalistic, like synth type stuff. Dreamy, like kind of ambient. It's quite relaxing stuff. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's a little on the short side. But this guy seems to be a newcomer, and for a first EP, it's good. It's enjoyable. I liked it quite a bit. If you're into like kind of dreamy, minimalistic synth type stuff, and you want something kind of short to just put on in the background, give it a listen. It's pretty enjoyable. It's cool. one of the more unique releases from the scene. Stands out compared to a lot of the other stuff that these labels are putting out. So yeah, give it a listen. It's good. Next we have from lililL and the Killing Force, featuring RedOgre, we have Urge E.P. This is just some really chaotic break music, from Fujimi Industry Records, proving that once again the Japanese breakcore scene is just better in every single way, because this is like chaotic, crazy bullshit that just like really stands out from everything else in the Western scene, really. Yeah, it's fucking mental. It's absolutely mental. Like, there's just so much fucking crazy shit going on. It's really noisy, it's chaotic, it's fucking awesome. Yeah, check it out. It's great. One of the best break releases of this month, for sure. Then from Chronicman, we have The Streets. This is the latest release from Dark Impact Records. This is a dark step crossbreed EP. It's only 2 tracks, but it's great. It's like crazy dark drum and bass, dark step, hard hitting stuff. Really dark, gritty, evil sounding shit, as you would expect from Dark Impact Records. They're still the king of like dark hardcore type stuff, and this release is just another feather in their cap, really. Do check it out. It's very, very cool. This one is very, very special. This is a very, very, very good release. This is from my friend Pikaro, the owner of Break Matrix, which is one of the newer labels in the scene. They're really starting to find their footing in the community. This is their first album, I believe, Borderline. This album is absolutely incredible. This is one of the best things I have heard from the scene this year so far, and one of the best things I've heard from the scene ever. Like, full stop, ever. This is an absolutely incredible album. It is a ambient breakcore, atmospheric drum and bass album with some like elements of ambient and stuff. A bit of noise too. This is just excellent. Like, I don't even know where to start with this one. Like, the production is amazing. The sampling is super creative. The breaks are chopped up in a way that is just unique and interesting. It's not just the same fucking break chops you hear in every breakcore release. And the album itself is just very, very personal to the artist, and and what they do. It's a exploration of their struggles with BPD, which is something that apparently a lot of artists in the scene took issue with, because they released this album, they explained what it was about, and then a lot of people apparently got really upset about it. And I think that's kind of shit, to be honest, because this community is supposed to... They're always talking about how everyone's fucking mentally ill, and, how we all need to fucking support each other, we all need to be there for each other, and, we all need to, look at me and my mental health, I'm expressing my mental health through music, how cool is that? And then, a lot of it's just fucking bullshit, and then someone who actually has serious mental health issues expresses it through their music, and suddenly everyone's like, oh, fuck you, And I think that's a shame, because this is a very genuine expression of Pikaro's struggles through music, and it is beautiful, it is wonderful. I don't struggle with BPD myself, but I know how it feels, how cathartic it can be to explore your struggles through music and express that through your music. And I could feel all of the expression. I could feel everything that they were trying to say in every single track. It's very well handled. It's very mature, and it's just a great album. Like all the themes and stuff aside, this is just a fantastic sounding album as well. It's enjoyable to listen to. Every track is unique. Every track stands out. Every track is well produced and enjoyable. I didn't skip a single track on here. Didn't skim anything. Listened to the whole thing. I've listened to it multiple times. I paid money for it. I fucking purchased it because it was great. And if you haven't listened to this, please listen to it. It is incredible, and I know that Pikaro would really, really, really appreciate it. You know, he's he's done a great job here, and like I said, this is a genuine exploration of their mental health issues and their struggles, and you can really feel that when you listen to this. It is a beautiful and emotional work. Do check it out. Easy 10 out of 10. Absolutely phenomenal. And if you care about break music and you care about atmospheric D&B music, if you care about this fucking scene and propping up artists who deserve to be propped up, you absolutely have to check this out. And you should follow Pikaro and follow Break Matrix. Yeah, just I'm chilling hard here. Maybe because we're pretty good friends and we've supported each other a lot, but genuinely, all that aside, this is a fantastic album. Please check it out. It's very, very good. And that's all I have to say on it. It's fantastic. Nah, I'm joking. Okay, next we have GIRLVOMIT from Moedict. Okay, I have a few things to say. Short little EP, very hyped up. A lot, there's a lot of hype surrounding this one. A lot of my friends and fellow artists were hyping it up. They even bought the physical, which came in a GameCube disc or something. Like the disc is really small or something. I thought it was funny. So I was excited to listen to it because I've enjoyed Moedict's music back when she was fucking 6677 Chan or whatever. I'm sure that no one else fucking either remembers that shit or even cares, or I'm sure everyone wants to forget that she used to go by 6677 Chan, including herself. I think a lot of those releases are gone now, but that's besides the point. But yeah, so Moedict, this is their new EP. It's 3 tracks, and you know what? It's actually really good. All my issues with Moedict aside, as a person, this is a good EP, very good EP. All the tracks are fantastic. Production's really, really interesting. It's like edgy, kind of dark, gabber noise, break related music. It's good. It's really, really good. The cover art goes hard. The sound is great. The aesthetic is of the fucking album is awesome. Physicals also actually, GameCube disc joke aside, they look like they're good quality too. So if you can cop a physical with this, you should. I won't because I think CD is like the worst format ever. Who the fuck has a CD player in 2023? It's either fucking tape or vinyl now for me, but whatever. But yeah, if you're into CDs, definitely pick one up. They look like good quality, and it looks like the label's really fucking starting to sort their shit out, so that's good. One thing I gotta say is I did find it kind of funny that there's a track here called Konata Gets Acid Skull Fucked. Kanata, the lolly, icon, Kanata from Lucky Star. uh, you know, I've Moedict has said some things about lollycore and lollycon, and then makes a track about a lolly getting skull fucked. Um, yeah, all right. And that's not from the track itself. I mean, I like the track. I think the album's great, but might want to check yourself before uh, yeah. But all that aside, yeah, it's a great little EP, and you should check it out. Good, it's good. It's actually really good. I enjoyed it. Good job, Moedict. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. Okay. Next we have from my friend Lord Cernunnos, we have I will continue to abide by your existence. This is just a really lengthy, harsh noise wall track. It's really cool. I don't have much else to say about it, but it's cool. I enjoyed it a lot. And Lord Cernunnos remains an awesome friend of mine, and he keeps making cool music. Yeah. Then we have from Coakira, we have Amino Acid, which is a very interesting little album because it's different from a lot of the other stuff that Coakira does. Coakira normally does kind of like hardcore with breakcore, but this is like more acid techno. There's still some breakcore, hardcore elements in it, but for the most part, this is just like acid stuff. There's a lot of like acidic kind of synths and stuff, like and all that. It's really really cool. Really unique little release. We don't have anywhere near enough acid techno in this scene, so to see that, yeah, it was nice. It's a nice little album. It's different from a lot of the other stuff that's coming out at the moment. Yeah, really cool. And Koakira remains a master of what he does. Excellent little album. Very fun. Then we have from Daedra, we have Be Real, which is a 2-track EP of pure crossbreed, released on NoiseJ Records. Yeah, these are just 2 fucking crossbreed bangers. Very, very dark, hard hitting, hardcore stuff. Cool. I've never really listened to Daedra before. I'm not really familiar with their work, but this is cool. This is really good. Very enjoyable. Do check it out. From Liminal Records, we have a release from Ment. Ment is an experimental band, I believe. I believe they're a band. Don't know if they're like a one-man band or if they're actually a real band, but this release is cool. It's like a single. It's only 1 track, but it's like a 46-minute long experimental track that is like constantly changing and evolving and experimenting with different sounds and different aesthetics, and it is really fucking cool. This is the kind of thing that I love to release on Endogenic. So it's really cool to see another label do something like this. Yeah, 46 minutes of pure experimental awesomeness. Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what else Ment does, because I'm not really familiar with the rest of their work, but this is really cool. If you're into like lengthy experimental like art pieces that just like are constantly evolving and changing and experimenting with different sounds and aesthetics, this is totally up your alley. It's almost an hour long and it's just fucking awesome. It's really really cool. Great stuff. Um, One of the best things of February. So do check it out. Next we have, this is from Violent J, we have Bloody Sunday. Sure you all know who Violent J is. If you don't, well, I'll tell you. Uh, Violent J is one of the members of Insane Clown Posse. You know, those guys. And I'm always gonna include Juggalo stuff in here because no one else talks about Juggalo stuff. So fuck it, you know, I'm gonna talk about Bloody Sunday. It's fun, it's cool. This is his Violent J's first solo album in a very, very long time, a good few years now, and it's interesting. It's not his best work. There are quite a few duds on here, but generally, as a solo project, this is very interesting. Very interesting hip hop. Very dark in a lot of places too. There's quite a bit of silliness on it and stupidness on it as well. But for the most part, it's pretty dark and edgy, and I feel like that's something that's been missing from a lot of Violent J's stuff recently. There's a lot of personal tracks on here that explore very dark topics like depression, loneliness. There's like a rock ballad on here, uh, which is weird, where he like sings about having no friends. It's very left field, but it's fucking cool. It's nice to see him experiment with like different sounds beyond just like I'm a juggalo rapper. Um, there's a track on here at the end, uh, called "Some Good Pussy," and all like tracks and memes aside, like track title and meme aside, I don't know. I found it pretty relatable because it's a song about like cross dressing and with your partner and stuff, and your partner accepting that part of you. And I'm a cross dresser. I identify as a trap. So it's like presented in like a joking way, but I found it kind of relatable. I was like, oh wow, a song about cross dressing as a cis man. That's interesting. Very weird to see Violent J, of all people, exploring that in a song. You know? Very strange. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah. The dark tracks are also really cool. There's like this one track that's like a three-part uh like kind of story thing, about like people dying in unfortunate ways, and that's really dark and spooky and edgy. And yeah, this is solid. It's not like fucking it's not like on the level of like ICP's best work or anything, but as a solo project from Violent J, it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's really good, and I'd listen to it again for sure. Definitely check it out if you're into like underground hip hop stuff, regardless of your feelings towards Insane Clown Posse, which I'm sure are biased because, uh, you know, fucking magnets and like all the fucking stupid shit that people say about the band that is like wrong, like aggressively wrong. Regardless of your feelings about a band you've never listened to beyond fucking magnets, uh, you know, check out this album if you like rap, if you like hip hop. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and it's great. And it fucking runs circles around all the shit that all the other rappers are doing in the mainstream right now. So yeah, check it out. So I really liked it. Also, this album cover goes hard. But yeah, that's that. Next we have from Toyodine, we have Pop Was Broken. This album is incredible. This is the latest release. Not the latest. This is one of the latest releases from Lost Frog Productions, my friend Haro's label. You know how I feel about Lost Frog at this point. Lost Frog is my favorite label in the scene. I think they're doing better than any other label in the scene. I genuinely think that Lost Frog is the best label, the best net label ever. And this album just proves why. It just honestly, I, it just proves why. This is incredible. This is amazing. As soon as this started, I was like, "Yep, this is probably the best thing of the fucking month." Like, genuinely, like as soon as I heard this, I was just like, "Yep, Lost Frog's still the best label. Nothing comes close." Because this is great. This is amazing, and the album's made by like a really young producer as well. Like they're like a teenager, and they're making shit that fucking is better than basically any other breakcore artist in the scene. It's very glitchy, very hard hitting, like mashup breakcore stuff, and it's just incredible. It's just amazing. Nothing, nothing else sounds like this. It's just great. Like I don't know how else to describe it. As soon as I played this, I was like, "Yep, yep, best label, still the best label." Like this just runs circles around. It's just run circles around basically every other breakcore release from this month. It's just great. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Um, Absolutely crazy, chaotic, unique sounding stuff. And yeah, check it out. It's amazing. And follow the artist too. They deserve it. They're great. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. 10 out of 10. Check it out. Pop Was Broken, one of the best releases of the month, as you would expect, because it's fucking Lost Frog. And everything they do is amazing. Keep it up, Haro, and I look forward to seeing what toyod does in the future, because they clearly have talent and they are clearly just getting started, because I believe this is their debut. For a debut, holy shit. It's fucking great. Uh, Next, we have another Lord Cernunnos release. Why is my OSHA like this? Yeah, more noise, more kind of dark ambient noise, dungeon synth type stuff. It's really good. Check it out. I'll just show the guy as I always do. Oh shit, I forgot this was a not safe for work cover. Oh fuck. This is gonna be 18 plus now. Fuck. Anyway, we have another Lord Cernunnos side project. Please include the preferred disc size. More glitch noise wall. It's great. Check it out. The fucking cover, man. Jesus. Oh, I love this guy. He's so funny sometimes. Also, I love that the fucking rhyme submission things here. That's great. Yeah, because there's always a contention about is what Lord Cernunnos does a single or an EP, and he always argues, oh, it's an EP. But then Rhyme's like, no, it's a single because it's one song, and he's like, yeah, but it's a 50-minute song, so it's an EP. I love that. That's fucking great. Uh, all these images are just so fucking funny. Like, anyway, enough of that. Next we have. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. We have the first ever compilation from Delta Vega Records. I'm joking. Okay. Okay. This is okay. That's fine. Like, it's a lengthy comp. There's like 50 tracks on it, and the tracks themselves are range from like good to like from like, good to like okay, right? My biggest issue with this comp is I could have told you exactly who was going to be on it before it released, with like a handful of surprises. Like, the thing with comps is like, yeah, if you're a label, right, you put on your regular artists, you know, the ones that you would expect. Like, for example, Endogenic, when we do a compilation, you're obviously going to see Stranded on it. You're going to see Uneven Surface. You're going to see me, because I'm the fucking label owner. You know, you'll probably see, I don't fucking know, you'll probably see like Sad Femme or something on it, you know, like people that you would expect, people who have contributed to the label a lot are going to be on the compilation. But you know, we also try to have surprises and some unique artists that you normally wouldn't find on the label, you know? We've had some fucking real surprises on our comps, like we had Chroma, who are like a fucking chiptune rock band, you know? Just stuff like that. But like, outside of maybe like two artists, I genuinely could have probably told you every single artist that was going to be on this. It is a very, very predictable roster. And I mean, that's fine. I mean, the songs themselves are alright. Some of them are good. But I just feel like it was a very piddling and predictable roster. And that's kind of a shame, you know? I don't know how the submission process works. I don't know if there were a bunch of people who submitted that didn't get accepted or whatever. I don't really know. It's none of my business. But come on, really? Like, the roster was the most predictable roster for a comp I've seen in a long ass time. You know, like, and I mean that's fine. You know, like maybe that's just who you want to put out, and I'm not telling people who they should and shouldn't put out, but I don't know. I was just kind of disappointed by the roster, to be honest. Outside of like a handful of people, like I just feel like a lot of it was just, yep, they're on it, they're on it, and they're on it, and they're on it. Oh look, there's someone who's unique and isn't normally on. Oh no, they're on it. No, they're on it. You know. I mean, it's a good compilation. It's all right. It's decent. Bit bloated, but you know, it's enjoyable. But I don't know. I feel like there could have been more variety on it, and I feel like there could have been more surprises on it. And I just feel like it. I just think it's pretty disappointing. If I'm being completely honest. But you know, it's their first compilation. Um, but I mean, it probably doesn't help that I don't really like a lot of what the label puts out in general. I feel like a lot of it's not really my thing, and I feel like this was just like a mash of like vapor and breakcore, and I feel like a lot of the breakcore on this are from artists who I just think are not that good at breakcore. Um, but yeah, whatever. It's fine, I guess. Check it out if you want. I mean, you probably should because it's a big label, a big comp. It's enjoyable. I just feel like it's disappointing overall. Anyway, moving on. Next we have Grief from Monitor Kernel Access. This is a fucking cool album. Really, really cool album from Monitor Kernel Access. And something interesting about this album is I actually featured on it. I featured on one of the tracks, which is something I have never done before, and that's really cool. I was genuinely shocked and surprised when they asked me to collab on a track with them. So yeah, I made some noise, and then they took my noise and they did some cool things with it. So yeah, I'm on a track on this album, and that's really nice, and really cool. The album itself, very very good stuff. Very cool, kind of glitchy, noisy, breaky type stuff. Released on Break Matrix, and yeah, Sayori Sign or Monitor Kernel Access, really cool person. Works really hard, makes really cool music, and I thank them once again for letting me have a little feature on the album. I appreciate it. do check it out. It's very, very good. Next we have a short single from Ivan Fox, Immune to Pain, released on Hard Impact Records. This is just some really hard-hitting hardcore stuff. I don't have much else to say about it, but it's really cool, and you should check it out if you like hard-hitting old-school hardcore stuff. Very, very enjoyable. Next, we have another Lost Frog release. This is Labyrinth from 7_7. This is like, in Lost Frog's words, this is described as left field breaks. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but it's, whatever it is, it's fucking cool, because, again, this is some really, really awesome break-related music. It sounds so different from everything else that's coming out in the scene. It's mad chaotic, crazy, awesome, hard-hitting stuff. Very dissonant and chaotic and just fucking mental. But it sounds... It's not just your usual breakcore. It sounds unique and awesome and different. And it's cool. And it's great. And it's one of the best things of this month. And yeah, once again, Japanese breakcore, it's the best type of breakcore. Go listen to it right now. Very, very cool. Cover art's really funny. Next we have Interdimensional War Stories from Skyless Futures. This is a Delta Vega release. It's alright. It's like a conceptual ambient type album. Interdimensional War Stories, you can kind of guess from the title what the concept is. The cover art is really weird. Why is it a furry? But yeah, this album's alright. It's like some pretty decent conceptual ambient stuff. It is quite immersive, which is cool. Very immersive, very engaging. If you like ambient type stuff, you'll probably really enjoy it. I'm not too big on ambient things, but yeah, it's good. It's alright. We have another Lost Frog release. This is the latest entry in the Abyss Sampler series. This is the 6th one, Volume 6. Once again, just an absolutely amazing compilation, probably the best compilation of the month. Lost Frog once again finds a bunch of upcoming artists or small artists who haven't been noticed yet, and he compiles all of their stuff into a promotional compilation to get their name out there and get them some recognition. And fuck yeah, this is great. I just love these things because it is an excellent way for me to find new artists and to follow and to keep track of. And a lot of these artists end up getting featured on Lost Frog in the future as well. So yeah, every track on here is fucking great. It's a great mix of breakcore, mashcore, mashup, experimental noise, glitch. It's just a great little sampler EP, sampler album. Fantastic compilation. If you're looking for new artists to follow, check it out. Just check it out. It's fucking great. I absolutely love these things, and it's a great way for me to find new artists. And the tracks themselves are all just really, really good. Like, Lost Frog picks some truly amazing stuff for these samplers. So yeah, check it out. Very, very cool. Very good. One of the best, probably the best compilation of the month. Okay, next we have Desert Wanderer. I almost said Desert because that's what it originally was. Desert Wanderer from 777-bit. This is a release on Net Positive Records, which is one of the newest net labels in the scene. It's run by May from Wet Cat Smell. She decided to make her own net label after the bullshit with Hollow Point 1. You guys know that I've not been on good terms with May for a very, very long time. We've had some really, really nasty beefs. But I guess for those who don't know, me and May are actually cool now. We're not fucking friends or anything, but you know, we messaged each other and we apologized and we made up, and you know, it's all in the past now. I don't think we're ever gonna be best pals or anything. She doesn't follow me on or anything, but I do follow her, and I am now keeping up to date with what she's doing with Net Positive Records. And honestly, it's not a bad label at all. It's not really my thing in a lot of ways, but I respect what the label's doing and what they're trying to do and what they're trying to represent. And I really do wish them all the best, and I hope that they keep releasing stuff because it's cool. So this is the first thing I've listened to from the label. It is I believe it's their second release. Might be wrong. This is like a Hex D, like EP. Is that an EP? Yeah, no, it's an album. It's like a Hex D album. From an artist I've never heard of before. I don't know who 777 Bit is. But you know, I listened to this and I'm not super big on Hex D, but I actually really enjoyed this. It was like a really very immersive, like conceptual type album. Lots going on. You can really feel there's like a narrative unfolding as you listen to it. It's cool. Yeah, it's great. It's some of the best Hex D I've listened to in a long time, and it's very, very good. So yeah, check it out, and once again, do check out Net Positive and what they're doing. Keep an eye on them. They're a cool label, and I'm glad that the beef is finally over, and I can just talk about the music that they're doing. Well, speaking of Net Positive, I didn't even think this was next on the list. We have another one from Net Positive. This is the latest album from The Monarch. This is Obscured by Mirrors. The Monarch stuff is kind of hit or miss with me. I think some of the stuff he does is cool. I think some of it's kind of boring. This is kind of in the middle. Like, some of it's alright, some of it's cool. It's quite interesting because, like, it's kind of different from his, like, dream punk, post vaporwave type stuff. There's a lot of, like, kind of drum beats and stuff in it, almost kind of breakcore, actually. Wouldn't say it's, like, breakcore levels of, like, chops and stuff, but there is, like, a lot of kind of breakcore hardcore kind of influence in here with the drum patterns and stuff. My biggest issue with this album is the tracks are all just really short. Like, like, most of the tracks are like a minute long, you know? And like, I think the longest thing, if I remember right, the longer tracks are like on the 2 minute side, and yeah, I get it, you know, but I'm not saying a good song has to be long, but when every track is like a minute, it's a bit like, all right, I guess that was a track. On to the next one. I mean, this. I'm not saying the album's bad. It's all right. It's good. It's pretty good sometimes, but I just feel like the tracks could have all been longer, to be honest, and it's a little disappointing that some of them were just really short, too short. It's like you get into the track and then it just kind of ends, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go on to the next one, and then it's that for every track. It's a shame because like you're just getting immersed and then it just ends. I feel like the tracks could have all been twice as long, but that's just me. I like my songs to be at least 2 minutes, but outside of that issue, this is okay. It's not the Monarch's best work. I think he's done better in the past, but it's interesting to see him try some different things with this. So yeah, check it out. It's pretty cool. This one's pretty awesome. So this is The Night Patrol from my friend Temi, who goes by Love Crush Number 1. Yeah, this is great. This is a really, really cool synth pop, big beat type album. Uh, Released on Wave Racers Collective, by the way. That's a fucking achievement in itself, in my opinion. Um, that's really fucking cool. Like, Wave Racers Collective, that's a huge name. So, props to her for getting a release out on that. That's amazing. Um, as for the release itself, I know she's always like, oh, I wish more people would listen to my music. So I'm just gonna say right now, go listen to this. This is really, really good. Temmie's worked really hard on this. Um, you know, like she's a very, very talented person. Um, this is a great album. It's some of the best stuff from this scene this year so far. Um, no one's really making music like this in this scene. You know what I mean? Like a lot of it is just breakcore. No, a lot of the stuff in this scene is just like breakcore and all that shit. This is really, really. This really stands out. It's like Gary Newman inspired synth pop with elements of big beat and stuff, and just no one's doing what Temmie's doing right now. She's like carrying this whole sound, and it's just fantastic. It's super, and all the tracks are super memorable. They all stand out from each other. There's a couple of features on it, and they're all great too. The track, shout out to the track Under Our Moonlight. That is a fucking phenomenal, beautiful track. Very, very powerful stuff. Um, that's probably my favorite track on here. Just it's just fantastic, and I wish more people would listen to it and give Temmie the credit she deserves. So I'm gonna say now, if you haven't listened to The Night Patrol yet, go listen to it. Just do yourself a favor and go listen to it. It's really, really good. It is probably Temmie's best work yet, and she's just getting started because there's more stuff coming later this year, from what I gather. So yeah, check it out. It's really, really good. Very enjoyable. Next we have Amber Glow from Modella. This is just kind of like ambient type stuff. It's not really my thing. It's really short. Went by super quick. It's okay. Yeah. Next we have another Pikaro EP this time. It's in Japanese, the title, I think, so I don't know what it says, so can't be arsed translating it. But but yeah, the title's there if you want to go fucking read it, listen to it. But yeah, another great EP from Pikaro. It's not quite as good as Borderline, but it is a shorter release. It's a little EP. It's really good. More great stuff from Pikaro. Um, yeah, go listen to it. It's good. It sounds cool. Um, if you liked Borderline, you'll enjoy this. Yeah, it's enjoyable. Go listen to it. This is a very cool album. This is Riot from Kane McWhitish, one of my friends. Kane has been on the grind a lot recently. Dude's been doing music for fucking ages. I don't even know how I describe his music. It's like I want to say IDM, but he doesn't like it being called that, so I don't really know what I would call it. Um, but yeah, this is, let's just say, progressive electronic. He does like cinematic progressive electronic music, and holy shit, this album is amazing. Um, he's been working on towards this for a very long time. He's been popping out singles. He's been experimenting with different sounds. He finally put together an album, 10 tracks, Riot. It's fucking incredible. It's great. Very cinematic, very powerful, very emotional, very hard hitting stuff. Dude has worked his ass off. and he deserves all the props for this. It's a very, very, very good album. One of the best things that we've had in February and the year so far. I don't think a lot of things is gonna. I don't think a lot of things are gonna be as good as this going forward either. Yeah, give the guy his dues. He's worked hard on this, and it is his best work yet, and it is incredible. Very, very good electronic stuff. Some of the best electronic stuff from this scene, in my opinion. So yeah, check it out. Next we have Down Phase from Origami. I only listened to this morning actually. But yeah, it's good. This is another Break Matrix release. Very solid, kind of ambient type stuff. I think that's how you describe it, like ambient. Yeah. I don't have too much to say about it, but it is cool, and Origami is a nice person, and they make good music. So yeah, go support them. Check it out. Very, very cool. This one is super, super special. So here we have Learned Helplessness from Sad Femme, who's a friend of mine. Sure you all know who Sad Femme is. You've probably heard about them at this point. Sad Femme has released a bunch of EPs and a bunch of singles and stuff. They've been working towards this album for a very, very long time. This is one of those kind of things, according to the description of the album, this is one of those things that it started off as a kind of small thing and it's ballooned into this overly ambitious, crazy project. And it's finally here after months and months and months of work. It's here, the new Sad Femme album, and I think this is probably the best thing from February. Like, of everything I'm going to talk about in this video, this is probably the best thing. This is amazing. It is emotionally charged, powerful stuff. The production is just on another level. It's just really, really up there with... Like, it's just really, really up there compared to everything else. So much work has been put into mastering and making this thing sound good. And the songs themselves are all just incredible. They're emotional, hard-hitting, electronic, breakcore, ambient, drum and bass, dream break, atmospheric stuff. And it's just emotional. It takes you on a journey. It's powerful. It's nice. It's pleasant to listen to. But it's also like emotionally devastating in some places. It's a clear encapsulation of so many different emotions that the artist has clearly gone through, and it is a beautiful, beautiful art piece. It's lengthy, there's a lot of tracks, it does take a while to get through, but every single track is amazing. Every single track sounds great. There's a few tracks with vocals on them, and the vocals just add to the experience. A lot of the time people try to put vocals in this kind of stuff and it just sounds stupid and cringe. The vocals here are great. They're not from Sad Femme themselves, it's from someone else. I cannot remember their name. I feel awful for not remembering their name. But I think it's like Blood Drive or something like that. Let me go check, because I want to give them the fucking credit. So hold on a sec. It is... Bloodslide, yeah, that's who it is. Bloodslide. Yeah. But yeah, tangent. But yeah, this is an amazing album. The cover art is beautiful. The production is amazing. Please support it if you can. There's a physical CD coming out really, really soon, apparently. I messaged them and they told me that. So, if you want to get a physical, wait out a bit. But yeah, this is honestly just amazing. I'm lost for words. I don't know what else to say. I was absolutely blown away By the end of it, I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing job, Sadfem. You are one of the best producers in this entire scene, and I hope this album gets you the recognition you deserve because you have worked very hard on this. This is incredible. So yeah, if you guys haven't listened to this yet, go check it out. Phenomenal. Some of the best stuff to ever come out of this scene. And Sadfem's greatest work yet. It's a masterpiece. It's fantastic. 10 out of 10. Easily. Next we have Safe Travels from Derailed Amazement. This is like instrumental hip hop type stuff. It's pretty chill. It's pretty cool. It's alright. Yeah. I like it. Probably wouldn't listen to it again, but I did enjoy it. It's fun. So this is actually a re-release, but it's the first release on Net Positive Records, so I'm just going to talk about it. This is Wet Cat Smells, Data Programming for Musical Applications. This used to be on Hollow Point 1, but it got taken down because the owner of Hollow Point 1 is a transphobic cunt. So, May took the album and she has re-released it on her own label, Net Positive, and it's the first release that they ever did as a label. I just figured I'd talk about this anyway, briefly. It is a re-release, it's not new music, but it is a new release, technically. And, it's pretty cool. It's not the best thing I've ever listened to, but, my issue with Wet Cat Smell is, like, I like a lot of what they do, but I feel like a lot of it is kind of background music. I don't know if that's rude to say. It's like I'm waiting for that song that's like that's like a hit. You know, that song that I put on and I'm like, yeah, you know, like this is the song that I go back to. I do feel like I'm not saying the music's bad or anything because it is good music, but I feel like a lot of it does kind of blend together to me, and that's probably a me thing because I'm not big on like dream punk stuff really. I think a lot of it kind of meshes together and stuff, but out as an experience, listening through the album start to finish is really cool, and that's the way I'd recommend listening to it. Uh, it's not an album that you can play a favourite song on or anything. You know, there's not a song you're going to go back to, but as an experience, you'll listen to the whole thing from start to finish and you'll enjoy it, and it's good. It's a good album. Do check it out. And I'm glad that the album has a new home because it would have been a shame for it to just be lost due to transphobia. Really shit of Hollow Point 1 to just take the album down without any warning whatsoever, because this could have become lost media, you know? So I'm glad it still exists. So yeah, go check it out. We have another Cement Tea release. This is Julie Mouth. Short little Dark Step EP, kind of given as a present to all the fans for supporting him. Yeah, don't have much else to say about it. It's very cool. Production's great. Yeah, it's a nice little surprise EP. I really enjoyed it. Keep it up, Cementy. You're doing well, man. This is a kind of last minute request. This is from JP, Machine City. My friend Mompmander recommended this. It's one of his friends' latest things. It's like breakbeat type stuff. It's really cool. It's like kind of it feels like kind of conceptual breakbeat. It's interesting. It's unique. Very enjoyable. Really cool listen. Go check it out. Here we have With Love and Queer Rage from KKD. Another net positive release. This isn't really my thing. It's kind of like hardcore with like hardcore D&B with like aggressive voice samples over it. Props to the uniqueness, and like as like a lot of like LGBT positive like themes in the music, but it just feels, I don't know, it's a little cringe, and it's not really my kind of music, but you know, I appreciate and support the message and stuff, and you know, it does go kind of hard in places, but could have been a bit better, I think. Next we have Vomit God from Flatliner. Flatliner is a side project from Monolith or Kernel Access and Pikaro. They got together, made a noise project. It's kind of in the style of like KFC Murder Chicks. Um, yeah, it's like very, very overdriven, like hardcore noise, and it's fucking awesome. This is my kind of shit. This is the kind of thing that I'd love to make at some point. It really puts me in mind of my friend Painful Acidic Mezzadine. Um, yeah, this is a great little noise album. Very, very cool. I hope that they do more of this project because it's awesome. It's just great. Absolutely phenomenal. Some of the best noise we've heard this year so far. Check it out if you like noise. Another Lord Cernunnos release. This is Inserted Values. This is more kind of glitchy noise wall type stuff. Uh, I, yeah, I really like this. It's very different from a lot of the stuff that he normally does. It's very glitchy, very like kind of broken up noise. It's cool. Very, very cool. Enjoyed it a lot. We have another Lost Frog release. This is the most recent one. This is from Lady Donk. It's I don't know what the fucking Radio Tower in S City M Prefecture. I think that's the English title. But yeah, this is really, really cool. This is like mashup type stuff, and the Lady Donk Plunderphonics mashup, and Lady Donk is just like the master of like mashup and plunderphonics. This is all the stuff here is just fucking mental. It's crazy. It's very, very unique. The sampling is amazing. The stuff that he comes up with from these samples is just truly incredible. Very, very unique sounding stuff. Absolutely phenomenal. Do check it out. It's amazing. It's just once again Lost Frog release. Just amazing. Never a bad release from this label. Do check it out. Very, very cool. We have one more Lord Cernunnos release. This is My Enemies Lie Dead in the Marsh. It's just more Lord Cernunnos. It's more good stuff. Check it out. Everything I said about his previous stuff applies to this. Very, very cool. We have another release from Omoid label. This one's called Illuminate. It's by an artist with a very, very long Japanese name that I cannot pronounce. Yeah. This is like really kind of glitchy sort of stuff. Very glitchy, noisy, chaotic stuff. It's cool. Check it out. Very, very cool. And finally, the last thing we have before we get to the next section, we have Tune Freak Jungle Sessions. This is like old school hardcore jungle type stuff, and it's very hard hitting and very cool and very unique. If you like old school jungle, old school hardcore, check it out. It's great. It's cool. It's awesome. And that's us for the first section. So now we're going to move on to my stuff. Because I'm a pretentious wanker who talks about his own music. So first of all, we have a split that I did with Lord Cernunnos. This is called She Killed Everyone in the Train / Lucid Dreams. I originally did 2 tracks for this, but Lord Cernunnos only ended up doing the 1 track, so the other track is just kind of waiting to be released at some point. Because my original idea was that I'd make one called Lucid Dreams, and then I'd make another track called Lucid Nightmares. Lucid Nightmares hasn't been released yet. It's just sitting there, waiting, kind of thing. So I think what I might do is I might re-release Lucid Dreams with Lucid Nightmares as like an EP or something on Bandcamp Friday. We'll see. But yeah. All that aside, this is a really cool little EP. Really happy to work with Lord Cernunnos again. He did the cover art here. It's very cool and glitchy and awesome. There's like Doom and shit in here because of course there is. You know, he's a Doom fan. He loves his Doom stuff. Loves his boomer shooters. So yeah, Lord Cernunnos' track is really cool. Crazy noise. Really, really awesome. My track is more kind of ambient noise again, like a lot of ambient textures in it. You know, in line with the title, Lucid Dreams, it's like it's trying to be like dreamy and like all that stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm really, really happy to put this one out. So thanks again to Lord Cernunnos for working with me on that. It means a lot. This is another split I did with a new friend of mine, Painful Acidic Mezzanine. I've been a fan of his music for a very long time. He does like Kuso grind, lolly grind, grindcore type stuff. And he approached me. He was like, "Do you want to do a split?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So we did 4 tracks each. My stuff is more kind of, you know, not harsh noise wall, ambient noise wall. He did kind of, you know, grindcore, Kuso grind. And yeah, it came out really, really nicely. We were both very proud of it. We released it on Endogenic as well, which is nice. And yeah, this cover art, it goes hard. You'll probably recognize it if you know, if you're a man of culture. It's an edited image, but yeah, you know, the title was just Black Star, White Star, I guess. Yeah, yeah, really, really, really proud of this one. I really enjoyed working on this one. It was good fun. And finally, we have my Valentine's themed EP, Yoko's Valentine's Day. I made 3 tracks focusing on my OC Yoko, doing various Valentine's-y type things. So I did one where I took samples of me making some chocolate, mixing chocolate mix and stuff, and turned it into noise. You know, so it's like she's making chocolates for her date. And then there's one where she takes her date to a restaurant and then eats them. So I took like ambient sounds from like a restaurant, and you know, like you can hear the waiter staff and all that, and you know, people eating their food and all that shit, just the kind of ambience you'd hear when you go to a restaurant. And I turned that into noise, and then I created like a kind of like emotional, like kind of euphoric sample at the end to symbolize her eating her date. Yeah. And then finally we had a track at the end. Yoko watches Valentine's movies by herself. And I created like a bunch of like sad, like slash like romantic kind of piano melodies, and then I turned them into like noise and stuff. And I tried to make like an emotionally powerful track, and I think it went really well. I'm quite proud of how it turned out. I think I did like a whole thing at the end where it sounds like she's switching the TV off and she's, you know, going for a fucking snack or something. Yeah, I really liked this. I made this with AI art. It turned out really nicely. Yeah, really proud of this. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm assuming other people did too. So yeah, that's all the stuff I did this month. It was a fairly quiet month for me, but hopefully March is a bit busier, but we'll see. Got some things in the works. We'll see what happens. So now we're going to talk about endogenic stuff. This will be pretty quick, but it's a bit of a quieter month for the label this month, but we still have a few things. So from Enzor, we have Unfold. This is Enzor's newest, not newest anymore, but the time it was their newest album. Very different to what he normally does. He normally does, you know, dubstep type stuff, but here it was like more kind of ambient stuff, and it was really cool. Very emotional. powerful personal music. I enjoyed it a lot. We had a new single from Blaze the Star, I'm Sick and I Miss You. Emotional, kind of trap, underground hip-hop type stuff. Some of his best work yet. Very, very cool. Enjoyed it a lot. We had Uneven Surface with Dim Sceneries. Very, very cool, like noise type stuff. Very lengthy noise as always. Lots going on, lots of textures and ever-evolving sounds. Uneven Surface continues to be one of our regular contributors, and he continues to put out some very, very cool stuff. I'm very, very happy that he continues to work with us. It means a lot. Very cool release. From Stranded, we have this fucking thing with a Japanese title that I don't know what it means. Yeah, very, very cool. Little short release. Yeah, he keeps doing his thing. I'm very, very happy to put his stuff out. We have another single from The Guardian, Kill Proud Boys. It's a bit unfortunate because this is actually the last thing that The Guardian will be releasing for a very long time, if not forever. Sadly, Guardian had to hang up his mic because he got banned from Twitter, and a big part of his his gimmick was being on Twitter and tagging the artists and figures he was targeting. So yeah, sadly he's kind of going on hiatus just now for indefinite time. But this is fun. It makes fun of the artist he's making fun of. He steals his flow and his beats and stuff and makes it better, and it's kind of funny. I enjoyed this a lot. It was good. Just sad to see that the Guardian's kind of disappearing for a bit. Sad, but that is what it is. Now, so next we have from CZC. This is Cunt Splitter Core's noise side project. This album's called Seeing Double. Cunt Splitter Core has since left the internet, and I haven't heard from her since, which is a shame. I hope she's doing okay. I hope everything's alright. I hope she's safe. But she decided to release this with us. It was very, very cool. 3 tracks of harsh noise wall, experimental noise. It was very, very interesting, very cool, and I hope that she comes back at some point, because I miss her. She's a good person. She's very talented. We have another Lord Cernunnos release. This is the Killing of the Bioengineered Abomination. This is actually one of Lord Cernunnos' most unique releases in a while. It's a 2 tracks. It's a very space ambient noise wall, and it's like a conceptual album about a conceptual EP, and it's very, very immersive, very powerful, very enjoyable. It really takes you through this kind of journey. It tells a really, really cool story, and it's very enjoyable. Very, very cool noise wall. If you're not into noise stuff, you should still check this out, because it's very unique and it really stands out, and it's very immersive and cool. We have another Uneven Surface album, Abyss is Too Dark. Again, it's just more ever-evolving noise wall type stuff. I didn't even know abysses was a word, but it is. It's plural for abyss. I learned something new when I put this one together. But yeah, again, just great masterclass in noise. Check it out. We have another Stranded release. Anima Vesta. Is that Anima Vesta? Yeah. Yeah. This is really, really cool. Very enjoyable. Very, very good stuff. And it's awesome. We have Enzor, Honesty Tracks. Another short EP from Enzor. More kind of back in line with his usual electronic type stuff. Yeah. it's good. It's very cool. I really enjoyed it, and I hope he keeps doing what he's doing. Oh God, this was a fucking nightmare to put together. But I enjoyed it a lot. This is from Golden Trebuchet. It's called Crescent Sun Devourer, and it is 99 tracks long. It's a very, very immersive concept album, but holy shit, putting this one together was a fucking nightmare. Absolute fucking nightmare. 99 tracks, bro. But they're all great. This is a very, very solid release. Really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, super good. And if you're into like immersive concept albums, you need to check this one out. It's fucking awesome. Very, very cool dream punk vaporwave type stuff. And you know me, I'm not into vaporwave really, but this was very, very good. From Alan Ward, we have Sorry. Alan Ward is a rapper. This is quite a unique release for us. He's a rapper. He's been in contact with me for a while now, trying to put a single out with us. He finally put out a single, and it's fucking great. It's very, very cool underground, lo-fi type ambient hip hop stuff. Very emotional, very personal, very, very cool, and I do hope we can put out more of his stuff in the future. Yeah, great, great little single. We have from Angelingus, we have the 10 do's and 500 don'ts of knife safety. I've worked with Angelingus a lot in the past, and this is a release he did with us. 3 tracks of harsh noise wall, dark ambient noise. Very, very cool release, very solid, absolutely awesome. Very proud to put this one out. And finally, from the ashes, from the abyss, from the deepest, darkest corners, my friend Roboticoder has returned. He went on the hiatus for about a month. He disappeared at the end of January. He's back with making music again, working with the label. He's putting his life together again. And here he is with a new EP, and it is awesome. It's a very chaotic, depressive, very personal exploration of his psyche and his personal struggles put into musical form. And it is some of the best dream punk and post vaporwave you will ever listen to. Absolutely solid, phenomenal, love it, great. And I'm glad to see that Roboticoder's back because I missed him. He's a good dude, and I love him. He's a very, very good friend of mine. So welcome back, friend. Welcome back, and keep up the good work. And that's us. We're done. We're finished. That is the February Spotlight for 2023. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me ramble and rant for almost 2 hours, or an hour and a half, yeah. And yeah, it was fun. If you have any thoughts, any albums you listen to that I didn't cover, yeah, please share them. Share your own thoughts, And if you think anything here sounds interesting, do check it all out. And I will see you guys in March. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Peace.